and welcome to TotoTCG. You are here with me, Matthew, and we are back here with another Pokemon video. So in this video, we're going to be checking out another new GX. Now, this new GX is coming from the Tag Bolt set, which came out in Japan and will be coming out in our Team Up set. So that will be coming out. We'll have pre-releases during the end of January. I believe, off the top of my head, it should be one of them's the 26th, which probably means the other one might be the 19th as well, with the set then fully coming out on the 1st of February. So I cannot wait. Definitely going to be getting a booster box for my birthday as well. So regardless of what we get during that 1st of February, we're still going to have another booster box after that. That is confirmed, believe me. So, this new GX, now this should have been the first one. However, yesterday we covered the first one, which should have been the second one. So if we put our numbers together, this should have been the first one. However, if you haven't already seen the previous video, which was I uploaded Saturday, I can't even speak. I uploaded that on Saturday. Saturday was the upload date for that one. We had a little look at the Magikarp and Wailord Tag Team GX. Very, very interesting card indeed. Very, very cool. And hopefully a lot of people are going to start using that, seeing as it did come out as a promo in English on Friday just gone. So with that, let's not waste any more time and let's crack on with this new GX. What is it? Well, as you can see by the background, it might be a grass one. But what is it in particular? We have got Celebi and Venusaur Tag Team GX. It is a grass Pokemon with HP of 270. That is pretty nice indeed. And of course it is a basic. Every single one of them is a basic. And there it is right there. Such a cool looking artwork. And bang, you can see it in English straight away. So, what they did is, during the release in Japanese, they also released it in English. So we had both of them during the time of the release. I believe it was sort of revealed about a month, maybe a little bit more ago, but we'll say about a month. It looks incredibly amazing. Now the set itself, the Tag Bolt set that came out in Japanese, very much focused on Kanto. Everything to do with Kanto. So we had Blastoises, we've got Charizard, and we've also got Venusaur. So they don't actually give us a Bulbasaur or anything like that, but we do get a Venusaur GX with Celebi holding on to one of the vines, looking very, very cool indeed. 270 HP with 3 moves on this one. Very, very cool. And it is the first card in the set. It is number 1 of 181. That is before Secret Rares. Very big set, but not the biggest. So, let's have a little look at some of the different artworks. Now, of course, we did discuss this yesterday. We've got a normal artwork, we've got a full art, we've got a special full art, and we've then got a rainbow rare. Very nice. So we have 4, which is really, really cool. It's going to be a pain for me because I'm going to have to try and collect 4 of each of these GXs. However, at least I get a playset, which is always really cool. So, the full art is very, very cool. Nice up close look. You got a massive Venusaur and a very small Celebi just right next to it. Very, very cool. I mean, I like it. I love it when you see them in real life, because you've got that nice texture on the full art. Looking at it like this, it gives you a nice sort of interpretation of what it could look like. I always love that outline, the different colours they use for the outlines of them. It brings out the colours so nice. It really is such an awesome looking card. Very, very cool indeed. So moving on, we also have the special full art, which I think possibly might be my favourite version of this card. I really don't know why, but it just looks so epic. You got like a Celebi, almost looks like he's falling, or she, falling from the sky. There's a nice shiny sun there. Venusaur almost like jumping up into it, whereas Celebi's coming down. It's just really, really cool. A very, very interesting artwork indeed. A lot of interpretation as to what could actually be going on there. I mean, you can see in the background there's some trees, possible sunlight there breaking through the trees, but apart from what those two are doing, jumping, or maybe he's about to catch him with the vine whips, I really don't know. But it looks epic. It really, really does. Very, very cool indeed. And then we have the Rainbow Rare, of course, which will be... honestly, I cannot wait to start getting this set. It's going to be such a nice set to collect. A lot of epic things to have a look at. And it's not just tag team GXs, we're going to be getting other GXs, which hopefully I will be making videos on as well. Probably focus on these tag teams first, then we'll jump back a set just to show off a few cards that will probably be coming with this set. Then we'll carry on with this set. But that's coming up, that's coming up. It's going to be really cool to get these cards, open them up and see what they are actually like. A lot of people, I think, are talking about this one as well. Big move sets, definitely very big, but it's got 3 different moves that it can do. And speaking of those moves, let's have a little look at them. You might have been able to read a few of the numbers there, and maybe some of the text if you've really got good eyesight. So the first move is called Pollen Hazard. For a grass and a double colourless, so that's not bad. At least you can sort of have your grass and double colourless mixed in together. Although Enhanced Hammer is going to have a nice time with this card indeed. So what does this do? Well, it does quite a bit. 50 damage. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned, confused, and poisoned. We'll say 80 damage there, because the burn is going to do 20, the poison is going to do 10 regardless. Of course, the burn is flipped, and then obviously if you flip, I think it's... oh, God... I got so confused with it, I was just like, what? But burn is, I think you flip and if you get heads, it goes through, or it doesn't. It's one of the two, but you have to flip anyway. Poison is continuous. Confusion, you flip the other way. To get out of confusion, you would probably have to retreat. Which, to be honest, would cure everything. So if they can retreat or Guzma or something, happy days. But at least you've landed 80 damage on them, which is pretty sweet indeed, and possibly might end up obviously giving you those that extra in the late game. So moving on, we've got the second attack, which is called Solar Beam, and that is for 2 grass and 2 colourless. So only 1 more grass more than the previous attack, which is always very, very nice. Simplistically, it's 150 damage. That is it. And that's pretty nice. That is pretty cool. There are obviously cards that can hit that amount of damage, but they do have to have extra additions to get that. But to do 150 damage, and to possibly have some help along the way, especially with some cards that might be able to double the amount of energy. I think there was a Venusaur that came out in Shining Legends that might be able to help with this. So that might be a good partner for this. It's going to be very interesting, and seeing as it is a basic as well, guys, that means it would have access to Ether Foundation, Ether Paradise Conservation Area, that's the one. So it would have access to that. It is a, what is the word? It is a basic grass. It is basic grass. So that is basically happy days there for that. Having that 30 less taken damage from this. There is also an item card coming out in this part of the set, the Tag Bolt set, but it will come out in our Team Up set, which helps out these tremendously. And we will get to that at a later date, but that's going to be very, very cool indeed. And the last attack, which obviously is this nice Tag Team GX, which is called Evergreen GX for, again, the same amount, 2 grass, 2 colourless, and I like it when it does that. You know, it definitely helps out in the long run. So what does this do? Well, it does 180 damage. That's pretty cool. You heal all damage from this Pokemon, and if this Pokemon has 1 extra grass energy attached to it, in addition to the attack cost, so it would have to have 5 energies on it, shuffle all cards from your discard pile into your deck. That is very, very cool indeed, because you could literally go through your deck extremely quickly, literally rattle through your deck very, very quickly, boom, 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 and you're just like, hurrah, brilliant, happy days. Well, GX, we've got the 5 energy, we're doing 180, I'm healing damage that you probably would have done to me, and I'm putting all the cards that I've just shuffled through back into my deck, which is going to help you in the long run. Might be a nice one, sort of late game in a way, if you can keep this thing going, although bearing in mind the tag teams do take 3 prize cards if they're knocked out. And Blacephalon probably might have a nice time with this thing. It is weak to fire, and Blacephalon would probably only need... it'd be really, really close, to be honest. If it has a choice band and possibly 2 or 3, I'd say 3 energies to get that 150, it would be able to knock this out, which is upsetting because that is easily done with the Blacephalon decks. especially with Naganadel that's bringing the energy back from the discard pile. It's going to be very easily taken out. So this is going to be an awkward one, but it's going to be pretty cool. Weakness policy would be probably your best friend on this, seeing as Blacephalon is pretty big. Just my personal opinion, though. Okay, finishing it off, of course, like we discussed, when the tag team is knocked out, your opponent will take 3 prize cards. I honestly can't wait for this. I want to just see how this sort of will change the game. It's not going to change the game as much as Beast Ring, because Beast Ring you can do with 4 or 3 prize cards, so this isn't going to change that. But it's just going to really put some pressure on, because you'd only really need to get rid of 2 tag teams to win. And that's, like, not easily done. But it's very risky, especially if you are running maybe 4 tag teams. That is a possibility of 12 prizes going down, regardless of what other Pokemon you have. So big risk with these tag teams indeed, very much so. It is a weakness to fire, as we have discussed. It doesn't have any resistance, which sucks. And it has a massive 4 retreat, so it's going to be a little bit interesting. It could do with something to help with that retreat. But, yeah, I mean, apart from that, I like the card. Is it my favourite? No. Is it my least favourite? No. But I'd say it's maybe... We'll put it between 2 and 4, because there's 6 of them coming out in this set. We'll put it in 2nd to 4th place at the moment. I'm not too undecided yet as to where I want to place everything, because I don't know how playable they will be, and I don't know how popular they will be, and I quite like to have a card or a deck that isn't popular, something different, something new, something that no one else would have thought of, something stupid if you want to call it that. That's how I like to play the game. I like to have fun and make something dumb. But that's just basically how it goes, with a little bit of thought put into it. Like if it's a dragon type with like 19 different energy types, you can forget about it. But there we go. Enough about me. Let's concentrate on the card. And like I said, overall, I'm pretty excited about it. I'm pretty happy to see where this might go. Pre-release is going to be very interesting to see these cards if people pull them. Oh, that's going to be very nice. 4 prize cards when you start, 3 taken, then a knockout instantly. Bang, game 1. Okay. It's going to be interesting. So, let's finish this off. So what I've done is just to save on a little bit of time here and just to discuss the cards themselves. I'm not going to be putting in the extra cards there. That's why I've been trying to discuss it throughout the course of the video. Not discussing the cards that could obviously add to this card in particular. We're just going to skip over that for now. But we're going to just crack on with the GX. Now this one, if you want to go back a little bit in the videos before obviously I reveal this, it would have been the pre-release promos for Lost Thunder. That would have been the video which would have showed off the Guess the GX. So, as long as you guys have seen it, or I'll give you a bit of time now, there's the picture right there. To be brutally honest, if you don't get this, I'd be shocked. It's really easy. It is really easy. I've took the worst part of the card. The worst part that's the most definitive feature about this thing. And I've made it there. So, if you haven't already guessed, it was Tyranitar GX. Now, this is a card that I would love to actually get out there and play a lot with. Yes, okay, it is a stage 2. However, we have Ninetales. And that Ninetales, as far as I've been looking, can be a very broken card to have in decks. We've had the Zoroark and Decidueye come back because of Ninetales. We've got, other normal decks, but there's also these weird scrambly decks that can help bump up stage 2s, and you've got multiple stage 2s on your board with several abilities that are really, confusing me, but I can see how it sort of works in a way. So, a very, very interesting card here. I really want to try and make it work at some point, because that Lost Zone... Oh, the Lost Zone. If you can get things in the Lost Zone, it really does just mess up your opponent's strategy, because sometimes your opponent can get stuff back at the discard pile. So, Lost Zone, no, you're not getting that back. So, very, very cool. Very nice. So, if you did get that, well done. So, moving on to our next Guess the GX. So, we've got that, and then we've got a bigger picture, and then we got a bigger picture. And I'm just saying, it is not Knuckles. If you are thinking it's Knuckles from, Sonic or something, it's not that. Do not worry. It is a Pokemon, and it is a card. But yeah, if you want to let me know in the comments below what you think this GX is, as well as where you would rate. How would you rate this card? Give me your sort of rating. Would you actually get it? Is it something you really want? What do you think of the attacks? Let me know in the comments below, because I'd love to know more from you guys about this card in particular. See what your opinions are. It would be really much appreciated. So apart from that, I'm going to leave it here for this video. We'll have another video coming on Wednesday. We'll do one on Thursday and Friday. We're trying to get these done. I want to try and get everything done before the pre-releases. So we'll have another one Wednesday, Thursday and Friday to try and do this. One on Saturday, and then we'll start off on the next week trying to cover all the rest of the stuff. But yeah, very, very cool stuff indeed. If you are new to the channel, definitely hit that subscribe button below. Comment down below, as I've said. Rate the video so I know you're enjoying the series. And apart from that, I'll see you guys in the next video on the channel.